It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Los Angeles Chargers and the Cincinnati Bengals.
Set to kick off.
The final weekend of the summer. Hope you're enjoying it wherever you are as we are off and running on EA Sports. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Now the man for UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front. Because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. From the gun, it's Mahomes. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
Henry's got it out on the left side. And he's going to be stopped here a few yards short of the first as the tackle is made at the 33. It's a gain of 6, but not enough as he'll be forced to punt on their first drive of the game. So still a scoreless game in the first, but they're going to go for this thing on their own side of the field on 4th down. They do go for it. It's Mahomes. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a 1st down.
Well, peel back the curtain, partner. We've got a pretty good look into how they plan to play this game. Aggressive seems to be the word. Going for it on 4th down in that situation.
Yeah, opening drive. Now, we know this coaching staff, they have traits of aggression in their history, but what a start to this game. They're going for it.
Yeah, a lot of people might say reckless, but they got it. 1 for 1 on 4th down here early in the game.
The tackle made by Blake Martinez. If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well.
And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football over time, when you do it consistently, usually translates into wins.
And they're hoping to do it consistently here. From just shy of midfield, Mahomes. Wide open receiver complete. And he's brought to the ground with another 1st down at the Chargers' 34-yard line. The Bengals passing game finding a rhythm. They've got another first. So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 34. From the shotgun to give to Jones. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Out of the shotgun, it's Jones. And a short gain down to about the 33. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he gets the first down here as he's taken down at the 24. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
1st and 10 at the 24-yard line.
Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. Mahomes now on 1st down. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Henry. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
Well, I know from past experience, before you actually play a game, you visualize what's going to happen. And I don't know anyone who doesn't visualize themselves being in the center of what's going on. That's 3 catches for him here in the early going. He's got to like the way this is started.
Absolutely. 3 catches on any drive is good. Opening drive, that's a tone setter. He'll try and run it. A good decision in the end to pull it and run. Gets him 9 yards and a first.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
A terrific opening drive has them knocking on the door. 1st and goal. Now Jones. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. They'll go again here from the 10-yard line on 2nd and goal.
And when the defense wins and gives up no yardage on a running play, that's something they can build on and carry themselves forward throughout the game.
And he'll take this into the end zone for Bengal TD. Aaron Jones, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Bengals take it right down and score on the opening drive. And he's got it to make it 7-0 Bengals.
Makes the score, Bengals 7, Chargers nothing.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
At their own 24-yard line.
On 1st down, McDonald. Looking for Judy, but it's intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Richard Sherman. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line. They could not ask for a worse start. You give up a touchdown on the game's opening drive, and then you turn right around and throw the interception on your very first play.
And this is where the coaching staff has to earn its money because they've got to calm these guys down a little bit. Just as you noted, a horrendous start on both sides of the ball. But now the defense, which gave up an opening drive touchdown, they've got to go out there now and start playing like the team they want to be.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8.
Here's a 4-receiver look now. 3 of those guys out to the right side on 2nd and 8. Working from the gun, Mahomes. Dancing to his left. He's going to take off with it. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. He'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's 3rd down. Jones.
set you up in excellent field position, the last thing you want to do is go 3 and out in this spot.
Yeah, they would have had to settle for a field goal attempt, but now they keep those touchdown hopes alive. Looking for Jones, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 14. He's at the 50. 30. 20. And he brings this one back. It's a pick six and a Charger TD. Making back-to-back weeks now with a pick six for him. He had one a week ago.
Talk about being in the groove, and what are the odds of what we're seeing right here? You don't see it happen very often. Listen, if you get a pick six in a season, it's been a big year, let alone back-to-back weeks. I'll tell you this, I wouldn't play cards against this guy in the locker room.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Taken in the end zone. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. The Bengals drive about to get going. And following the pick six, and they had decent field position in throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told him, and they told us, they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. Jones running on first down, but finding it pretty tough going as he'll get forward for only about 3 there before he's taken down.
That call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
2nd and 7 with our score tied at 7, but they're planning to change that soon. Only question, will they get 3 or 6 out of it? He's going to try and do this himself. Mahomes quickly complete out wide. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7 as that one officially a loss of 1. These two teams all tied after 1. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. Trying to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. Picked off at the 15. He's at the 50. The 30. The 20. And he brings this one back. It's a pick six and a Charger TD.
Josh Lambo lining up for the point after.
So now 2 pick sixes that he's thrown in this first half of play. Where do you go from here?
Well, number one, make sure you keep your poise. Make sure you go to the sideline after throwing this second one, and you look like you're still in charge, that you're still the guy, because your team's going to feed off of you. And if you're having your hands on your head or shaking your head and walking with your head down, guess what? They're not going to rally at all.
And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
25-yard line.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And last time, decent field position through the pick six. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So the last one didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position and not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
That was a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little...
And Mahomes misfires again, and it's intercepted. Buda Baker with a pick. And a terrific return as he brings this one all the way back to the 30. He's at it again, Charles. He had the pick six last week. Not a pick six here, but an interception.
It's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept a pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. Well, that worked really well last week because he had made it all the way to the end zone. This week, he got the Oski, maybe not a touchdown, but boy, he's playing really well.
It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. McDonald. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
8-yard pickup. First down, Chargers.
And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Give him 4 yards there on the first down keeper.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Speed is the name of the game when it comes to RPOs, and sometimes you can be a little too quick, thus inaccurate, incomplete.
On 3rd down, McDonald. Now the pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. They could not contain Kenny Clark as he gets home for the sack.
4th down.
The kick by Lambeau is good, and they will move up by 10 now, 17-7. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
The Bengals drive about to get going. Now, they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Looking to throw is Mahomes. This complete to Henry over the middle. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. This duo locked in, 14 yards there, and a first down. Here's Mahomes to throw. Gets this to his running back, Aaron Jones. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets it down to the 30 there. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy on the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one. It's interesting going into this game. There was so much talk from both sides about who would control the line of scrimmage. I think we've seen who has it in this one so far.
Well, they bottled him up. He's barely averaging over 3 yards a carry right now. Buying time to his left. Looking downfield for Jones. And oh, it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Demarius Randall. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. We haven't even escaped the first half, and he's already thrown 4 picks.
And Brandon, back in the good old days, probably back before you were born, if your starter threw 4 in the first half, he might throw 8 or more for the game because they weren't going to pull him out. But nowadays, the patience level isn't quite there. He's going to have to make some real adjustments, or the backup may see some time.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. From the gun, it's McDonald. Escaping the pressure right. Got his man. That's Tyrell Williams. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. 18 more yards there and another first down. They show run with 3 tight ends here on first down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. Throwing on first down. McDonald. That's complete to his running back, Taylor. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. A gain of 10 as they look to add on to this 10-point lead. First and 10. McDonald eluding the pressure right. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
From the 21, it's 2nd and 10. Throwing again. McDonald. And this will be caught in the end zone for a Chargers touchdown. Jonathan Taylor, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. For the Chargers, they're able to widen their lead. And he's got it up and through.
Makes the score Chargers 24, Bengals 7.
And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. Taken about 7 yards deep. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes.
3 scores down, not even a halftime yet. They're not getting much generated offensively. They've got to figure it out.
It's tough because this defense just seems to be playing with so much confidence right now.
They really are. They are on their toes, and they're getting at them.
And they almost had another one. They are all over the football in this game. Nearly another pick. Now 4th down.
J.K. Scott.
On 4th down, J.K. Scott ready to punt it away. It's taken to the 26. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. The Charger drive about to get going. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
He was trying to find O.J. Howard, and now it's 2nd down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Not wanting to take a chance this time, they'll keep it on the ground. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. So the Chargers will start the second half with the lead and the football as we're underway in the 3rd quarter. Takes this about 5 yards deep. The Charger drive about to get going. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Again, it's Taylor. First down past the 40, and he'll get this all the way up to the 42-yard line. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards.
18 on the play. And the Chargers first down.
From the gun, it's Taylor. And he'll push his way up to about the 44 here. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Out of the gun, McDonald. This one complete to Jerry Jeudy. And finally out of bounds all the way down at about the 2. I don't think there's anyone who could possibly doubt how fast he could run in the open field. But if there were, he silenced those thoughts there. They'll look to run with Taylor. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. Jonathan Taylor, his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Chargers find a way to stretch their lead. And he's able to put it through.
Makes the score Chargers 31, Bengals 7. Josh Lambo.
And Lambo now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. Taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line.
25-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
He'll air it out deep for Thomas. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Well, we saw that they had a lot of success last week throwing the football, but that hasn't translated to this week. But with his team behind, I don't expect him to back off. I expect him to keep firing.
From the gun on 3rd down, Mahomes. Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down. Myles Garrett coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it also brings up 4th. Here's J.K. Scott now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. This is brought in at the 21. So the punt goes for 56 with a decent return of 13. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. The Charger drive about to get going. And they'll be looking to build off of a nice drive last time, a drive that really relied on the quarterback.
Making good decisions, distributing the ball well, distributing it accurately, keeping it away from danger. A really nicely run drive.
But now the defense, what adjustments do they need to make in the passing game?
Pass rush, pass rush, pass rush. Whether it's the guys up front or maybe you bring additional guys, but you've got to disrupt the timing of them throwing the football.
We'll see if they can disrupt it here. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. 2 yards, good enough for a first. 2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical. Now this time he'll look to throw. That's caught by the big tight end, O.J. Howard. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
Los Angeles.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. McDonald sets to throw. That's caught by Howard and brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
And yet again, it's Howard with a catch. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. Well, they had a gain of 10 last time, now a gain of 20 here.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Los Angeles. Jonathan Taylor, his 3rd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And this Chargers offense continues to pour it on. Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And that will extend this big lead. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. Taken about 7 yards deep, and no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Throwing now is Mahomes. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Henry. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Mahomes now to throw. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. Well, the passing windows are just not there, and that's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And picked up by the Chargers. So the turnover forced, and a wonderful job on a big return.
And how about the convoy that got created to help him get all the way back upfield? I mean, that's the part that people miss on. That's practice. That's worked on. It doesn't just happen in a game and everyone rallies. They discuss it prior to.
Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. Brandon Graham. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. Back now here on EA Sports. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. Throwing on 2nd and long. Mahomes to the right side and complete to Thomas. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Now the Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. The Bengals on 3rd down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15. Fourth down now after a loss of 2.
Loss of 2 yards. It's fourth down.
They'll run it with Jones. And he picks up the first as he's able to take it down to the 7-yard line. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on fourth.
First and goal at the 7-yard line.
Oh, how about this on first and goal? And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
Give him right around 4 on the carry. We'll see if they want to keep pounding here on third and goal. Here's Jones. And he'll get nothing out of that one. No gain on the play that time, so a big stop, and it's going to leave him with a 4th and goal.
No gain on the play. Brings up 4th and goal.
They'll go for it. It's Mahomes. Flushed out right. He's got it. Touchdown, Bengals. Mike Williams, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Bengals are able to cut into this lead.
4th and goal, and they found a way to throw it in the end zone for a touchdown.
And these defenses, they just like 3 downs, get off the field. But here they had to go 4, couldn't get it done.
A lot of the time, you're looking up and saying, okay, if I hold them for 3, at worst, I give up a field goal attempt. When they go for it, sometimes it really affects the defense because maybe they're not mentally prepared to go that 4th down.
Chargers take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. All of a sudden, they have quite a bit of breathing room. This was a 1-score game, but touchdowns on their last 2 drives, and now comfort is here, so to speak.
It certainly is for them. Now, I've been in this situation before on the flip side of this. And all that's going on there is a little bit of finger pointing. Hey, what's going on? How can we stop them? Can someone make a play to try and stop this momentum?
Well, they're going to be ball hawking because they need a turnover on that other side. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's first and 10 just outside the red zone. They'll run to Taylor. And he'll just plow right into a host of tacklers. Nothing there at all, and it'll be second and 10. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run.
And he's in for a Charger touchdown. A 23-yard run. And this Charger offense is running away with this one. And let's not forget he had the receiving touchdown earlier. Now a trio of rushing touchdowns. Quite a performance.
Diversification. That's all you can talk about. His ability to do everything leaves him on the field on every down on offense because you can hand it to him as we've seen. Would you say 3 rushing touchdowns? And, of course, throw it to him where he's called 1 as well.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll make it second and a foot or so. To throw, it's Mahomes. Over the middle, it's Thomas. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. 27 yards there, a first down. Mahomes firing complete. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Throwing again on second down. Mahomes firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Charger 16. The Bengals passing game finding a rhythm. They've got another first. Operating from the red zone now, Mahomes. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he is going to lose yardage here. So it goes as a completed pass, but they lose a full 5 yards. I don't know how well our microphones are picking it up for those of you at home, but Charles, you and I can hear it. A lot of groans right now coming from this crowd.
I don't know if we're picking up what's happening in the stadium or from the people who are supporting this team at home, because it's coming through loud and clear to you and me. This offense, they've been stuck in neutral much of the game, and on that last play, they actually went in reverse. I think this crowd would have liked neutral, don't you?
Yeah, neutral would have strongly been preferred. They'll take anything positive at this point. And he comes back with one complete. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. From 21 yards away. And the Bengals are able to draw a bit closer. And that touchdown there, it's not going to get them a win. It makes things a little more respectable.
Yeah, a little more palatable going out in this ball game. A little something to build on going into the next game, but it won't alter the final score.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Charger drive about to get going. They are just putting things together so well here, drive after drive. They really have captured the momentum, haven't they?
They've taken momentum and pretty much not just give him a jersey, but a seat on the bench as well. Whatever do you need, you've got it, because the way they're stringing things together and creating that distance between them and their opponent is really hard to narrow that gap. And the other part is they're taking their spirit away from them, too.
Yeah, now they're just looking to add to that total. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. They go to the ground again with Taylor. And he was able to shed one tackle but could not get away from there. Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. From the gun on 3rd down, McDonald. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
When you look at the scoreboard, you'd think they'd be pretty comfortable right now with this lead, but these guys are absolutely not going to let up. They want to increase their lead, and they want to do it with a big play. Unable to connect in that attempt.
He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. It's a return of 5 following a punt of 42 yards. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now, and if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moments of this one. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Well, that's pretty symptomatic about how things have gone here. That play was just shut down right from the start.
And not going to give them a lot of confidence to help turn things around. Flush to his right. Now he'll pull it down. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir. Able to turn that into a positive gain. And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much as he's down to the 48. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a 4th down.
It's 4th down.
Mahomes and the offense staying out there. They'll go for it on 4th. Big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory, and the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week, we'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points, allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for the Chargers, it's a dream start. 2 wins in 2 early road games. And they'll have another road date next week with the Kansas City Chiefs. Meanwhile, for Cincinnati, they'll drop to 0-2. And they'll try and turn things around next week as they have a date at Soldier Field with the Chicago Bears. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.